viewers, I welcome you to this show, and my name's today's host, 𝐂𝐚𝐭𝐡𝐨 Gerard from Holy Cross Family Ministries, Jinja Region. And first of all, I send you greetings from Holy Cross Family Ministries, Jinja Region. And today, in a special way, we are privileged to host two amazing ladies who are here with us, here with me. And I will ask them to tell us their names and to introduce themselves to us. I will start from my right.
Hello everyone, my name is Sister Nancy Rose Njoroge, CSC.
Yes, thank you very much, sister.
I am Sister Melania McKenna, Apostolic Covenant Congregation.
Oh, thank you very much, sisters. But before we continue, I had them introducing themselves. One said she's called Sister Nancy Rose Njoroge, and she added CSC. We want to understand what is the meaning of CSC and what is the meaning of SC. So could you please briefly break it for us and we understand what is the meaning of that CSC and SC? Yes, sister.
Thank you so much, Gerard. CSC means Congregatio Santa Cruz. It's a Latin word which means Congregation of the Holy Cross.
Congregatio Santa Cruz.
Yes. But in English it's Congregation of the Holy Cross.
Congregation of the Holy Cross.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, sister. Yes, Sister Melania.
Thank you, Mr. Gerard. As I said before, I'm from Apostolic Covenant Congregation, which most of the times we will say AC, which means the same. Apostolic Covenant Congregation, which is a congregation which is an offshoot of the Carmelite spirituality. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much, sisters. At least I've learned one is from the congregation of Holy Cross, another one is from the congregation of Apostolic Carmel. And today, I'm sure many of you are also like me. We have been seeing sisters moving around the compound, seeing sisters in church, seeing sisters everywhere in supermarkets and everything, in schools, you know. They're educating our children, but we don't know who are these sisters. And today we have this chance. We have hosted these two sisters. They are going to tell us more. We are going to ask them some questions. We are going to journey with them in this, our first episode, and they are going to briefly tell us more about them. And please allow me to start. I will start with Sister Melania, just asking them about this sister thing, which we do not understand very well. So, Sister Melania, if I would begin to ask, what is a vocation and how is it different from a career?
Okay, thank you very much. A vocation is a call to deepen to live deeply, baptismal vows. And a religious life is part of the vocation, or it is a call by itself. And then you have the career, which is, in one way, it calls us to live the God-given hobbies, talents, and then you specialize in that. That's why we get some people who are called, mostly they have those hobbies or talents that are geared towards the science part. They end up becoming scientists or doctors and such. They enter into medicine. But then career can also be looked upon as something that gives you a means of your earning, like you make money out of that, or your livelihood, whereas the vocation does not entail that in some part, because it is a call to live a baptismal vows in a deeper way. You become a religious. Career is contained in a vocation, so that means the vocation is the first thing. It is a deeper thing. Yeah, the career is contained in a vocation, because like to become a teacher, that is a call, and that call is a vocation.
So should I think that you can be a sister or have that vocation and at the same time have a career?
Yes.
So for example, you can be a sister and you'll be a teacher or a doctor or a nurse.
Okay, career in the sense, we don't call it a career, we call it a specialization. For example, I am a sister who specializes in teaching. Sister may be a sister who does health work and all that. So when you become you answer first to the religious call, we do not call it a career, we call it it is part of the call. Something that you do which enhances the call.
Okay, now I was going to ask you another question, but I think I will ask it from Sister Nancy. She will let us know, since Sister has told us how it is different from being how a vocation is different from a career. So sisters, you answer this question. What do I do if I think I want to be a sister? Could you also in it tell us if you can be a sister and also be also have another profession, maybe a doctor, or if I'm already a doctor, can I also be a sister? I want you to tackle that also as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Gerard. But for you, you cannot become a sister.
Of course.
Yeah, sisterhood is for women.
Okay.
Young women who decide to become sisters, they are called to sisterhood.
Yeah.
We will tell you where you belong later. But for when you think you want to become a sister, the first thing you can do is first of all to share your idea with somebody else, somebody whom you trust, and somebody whom you know will guide you along the path that you wish to follow. Share it maybe with a sister whom you see, or even with your parents, or even the priests that you see around. Then, once you share that idea with you, get down to prayers and then ask God, is it really what you want me to become? But along this time, you identify a particular community that you may wish to associate yourself with. So you can visit the communities around, you can talk with the sisters around, and then see whether that life is what you are called around. Unfortunately, here in 𝐵𝐵 Parish, we are blessed to have 3 different congregations. We have the 𝐷𝐸MESE Sisters, we have the Apostolic Carmelite, the new entrants, and we have the Sisters of the Holy Cross. So you can share your decision or your idea with any of these sisters, and then they will help you. And then the communities are open. Visit them and see, is that the life that you wish to live? Then your idea, your decision, or whatever you're thinking about sisterhood will develop eventually. Yes. Now, 2, there is, sister has explained about career versus vocation. Yes, you can be a sister and you can be a doctor. You can be a sister and you can be a nurse. Yes. What you call, where you do your ministry. So we are not just limited to just church work, but in the service of humanity. Whichever service you can render to humanity, then as a sister, you can always do that.
Okay.
Yes.
That is wonderful. Thank you very much, sister. Now I get to understand. And she told me I cannot be a sister.
Yes.
And I will come to her and she will tell me where do I belong.
Yeah.
Yes. So now, Sister Melania, sister has told us about the different congregations in 𝐵𝐵 Parish.
Yeah.
So how do I choose a congregation, or how do I choose a community? How can I choose? Oh, how can someone choose? Sister says I can't be a sister. So how can someone choose from those, the 3 here and the many outside there? How can someone choose?
Okay, so to begin with, there must be a force or a power that is driving inside you. For example, we have something that is known as 𝐶𝐻𝐷ism. Our 𝐶𝐻𝐷isms are different, even though we are sisters in the church, but then we are different by our way of life. 𝐶𝐻𝐷ism is simply way of life. The way of life of Sister Nancy will be different from our way of life as Apostolic Carmel. Our way of life will be different from the way of life that the 𝐷𝐸MESE Sisters live. And so you have to have that. When you come to us, we'll explain to you about our 𝐶𝐻𝐷isms, that is the way of life. And then whatever force drives you, or whatever you feel oriented to between these 3 congregations, then from there you make your decision. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, sister. Something interesting is coming up. But before I ask you another question, I'm going to come back to you. Let me first ask Sister Nancy. Now, she has talked about the different charisms. She's talking about your charism, something I got from her, your charism being different from her. So how are these religious orders? How different are they? How are they different from one another? For example, your order and her order, or any other orders. How different are they from one another?
Yeah, communities differ first because of the founders. You either have a founder or a foundress. So if it's a founder, it's a man. If it's a foundress, it's a woman. Yes. And then you have founder and co-foundresses. So depending on the founder, that first of all in itself is different. So 2, we also have, sister has talked about it, our charisms. They are all different. Yes. Given the intention of the founder, the reason why the founder founded that religious order will be different from another person's decision for founding another congregation. So charisms are different, and at the same time, spirituality is different. That's a technical term. We'll be able to, with the time, we'll be able to explain these words as they go by. But founder is one, Charism is another one. Then spirituality. Basically, as sister has said, our way of life will always be different from one congregation to another.
Yes.
But it will deepen this talk when you're talking about charism. What are you talking about? When you're talking about spirituality, what are we talking about? That spirituality is the same. Now there is a slight difference given the different congregations that exist.
Okay, sister.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Now I'll get back, sister. You know, viewers, if you have never talked to a sister, you're missing. I'm understanding so many things today that have been confusing me. And there is this question that kept for sister that it has always confused me. I don't know the difference. When I was in school, they talk about a nun. Then you come to church, they talk about a sister. I don't know the difference. Is there a difference or there is no difference that they say? What is the difference between a nun and a sister?
Okay. I see that there is a difference between a nun and a sister. A nun, when you talk about a nun, we talk about those religious women who are called to live in a contemplative way. That means they give their lives fully for prayer. Those sisters are called they are called nuns. In most cases, you find that the nuns are mostly indoors. They do not engage in apostolic works. Whereas for the sisters, you find that they are those who are mostly in the apostolic work. They integrate both work. Work means mission. Yeah, because even for those nuns work. But then when I talk about working, I talk about we go out in the mission, and at the same time we're integrating prayer and mission. So those are called sisters. They are not indoors, like they are not contemplatives, they are active.
So it could be possible that I've never seen a nun.
Depends.
Because they're always indoors.
It will depend, because if you have never visited a monastery or where the nuns live, it means you've not seen, and you should go and visit someday.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I visited one monastery at some time. I should have had a chance to see a nun and a sister. Please, if you haven't had a chance, talk to a sister, talk to a nun, go and visit them and see how they live their life. Yes, now sister, the nuns, the sisters, you see, there is a way you dress differently. Sometimes, okay, the way you dress up. I think there's a term you use for your dress code, the dressings. You call them habits?
Yeah.
Yes. So why do some sisters wear habits, and why do some sisters don't? What is that difference? Why do some wear habits and why do some don't wear? Why do some not wear habits?
Again, I'll go back to depending on the founder and the purpose for your ministry or your mission. Then you'll have sisters wearing the habit and others not wearing the habit. A habit, by the way, is any religious wear. So the habit defines how a particular congregation dresses. So you'll see some in white, some in brown, some all different kinds. But again, it depends with the founder. And after Vatican II, I think religious orders were given the chance to either wear the habit, simplify what was there before, and then remain depending on them, so long as you are within your mission, within your charism. So you can, depending, and also with the founder, you can have a habit or you may not have a habit. Yes.
So now you talked about, I will ask Sister Melania. Sister Nance talked about some sisters wearing brown, some wearing white, some wearing black. Actually, I only knew black and white. I think because of what I saw, you are in white, then the veil is black. Then sister has, is this black or navy blue? This is blue.
This is navy blue.
And then white.
Yes.
So must I dress up in black and navy blue and white? And then, add on that, I've never seen sisters' hair. I don't know whether they have hair, whether they cut off the hair. Well, I don't know. So for my question is, must I cut off the hair? And then must I wear that black and white and navy blue so as to become a sister? Or can I keep my hair like any other lady, work on my hair? So is it possible? Can I do that, Sister Melanie?
That is a very good question, but I tend to think that you're asking for the sake of those ladies who are aspiring to become
Yes,
sisters.
those ladies who are aspiring to become sisters.
Okay, so that's a very good question, and what I'll say, it depends with that every religious congregation or community where you are aspiring, like you have decided, I want to join this way of life for a particular congregation. There is a different way in which the congregations decide when it comes to the clothing. For example, we don't just go to a congregation and we get the religious habit. We have to go through the training program, that is the different stages, which of course we'll talk about later on. When you go there, it depends with what a congregation decides. They may decide to give you a different kind of dressing that is different even from the sisters, to show that you are still being formed, you are forming. But then that one will always depend with every congregation, but the main thing is that it has to be simple. That one is common for all religious congregations. Yeah.
It has to be simple.
Yeah, and same thing happens when we talk about the hair.
That's
hair.
the main focus. Hair. Yes.
Yeah, that one also will depend. For example, Sister Nancy has mentioned about the dress code. She mentioned about the dress code, and I say that the dress code and the hair go hand in hand. So it depends with each religious congregation. The main thing is everything has to be simple. Whether it is dressing or the hair, everything has to be simple. That is the main thing for all the congregations.
Now, Sister Nancy, before I ask you another question, do you have something to add about that, about the hair? Because most of these ladies are worried, how will I cut off my hair? How will I cut off my hair? I've grown this hair for 10 years, I've been working on it, and I want to become a sister. Should I cut it off, Shaolin, and then become a sister? Or can I keep my hair and then also become a sister and keep on working on my hair? You have something to add on that?
Again, we go back to the same thing. It depends with the religious congregation. So there are some sisters congregation, basically, yes, that I believe they will say you have to cut the hair. I think they are there, I'm not so sure, but I know they are there. Then there are others who say, so long as it helps you, it doesn't keep you away from serving, then you're free to live with it. Because once we do, what we do mostly in the religious life is to adopt a simple lifestyle that will help me not have so much time for myself, as opposed to having time first for God in prayers, and then two, in the service of others. So if I know that I'll have hair that will make me spend the whole day, then it is preventing me from service. But if I know that I can keep my hair, but still observe my life as a religious, then it means you're free to have your hair. But then choose the congregation, visit as many congregations as you can, then see their way of life. Ask them about these questions. When I come, will I shave the hair? If not, and you feel you want to keep your hair, then choose among the congregations that exist that will help you keep your hair. But then ask yourself, is it the main priority of me joining the religious life?
This is very beautiful.
Yes.
Now, Sister Nancy, so you have said, for example, in Uganda we have three
Actually, we have, I had forgotten, we have also a monastery.
A monastery in
Yes,
Uganda?
because we have the Benedictines, and Benedictines is a monastery. Yes.
Okay. So now, do all
Actually, we
this...
have many. Let me not count.
There are many.
So, yes, we have the Sisters of Mary, Kakamega, the Musima Sisters, what popularly is known as Musima Sisters here. They're also part of Bugembe Parish.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are all these communities surrounding us.
This is beautiful. So Bugembe Parish is so rich to
Yeah.
have very many congregations of sisters. Now my question is, do all these sisters stay together? Do they stay in one convent? Or do they stay in separate convents and different from each other?
Now tell me, what do you mean? All the sisters, all the sisters here staying in one convent?
Yes, all the sisters in Bugembe Parish of all the congregations.
No, we don't stay in the one convent, but sisters of a particular congregation stay in one convent. So we sisters of the Holy Cross live at Queen of Peace Convent. The Apostolic Carmelite live at Carmel Convent. The Dimesa sisters live at Anthony Pagani Convent. Then the Benedictines live in their monastery. They are down there in Wanyani. Then the Muslim sisters live in there. So each order live in their own
convent.
Yes.
Each order stays in their own convent.
Yes.
Okay, that is beautiful. Now, when Sister Nancy was telling us, she talked about especially when she was talking about hair, she talked about their responsibilities, or what you put first. That first you have to have time for God, and then time for serving people, and these people, then others also fall in line. So now, when you talked about serving, about having time for God, some question came in my mind, and I want to ask Sister Melania. So, should I think that sisters spend all their time in church, all day long, kneeling and crying for mercy and singing and praying to God all day from morning up to evening? Or is it different?
Okay, so, Mr. Gerard, sisters don't spend all their time in prayer. Jesus himself never did that. He was working, and most of the times he was praying. So according to the way of life of each congregation, there is the main thing of what all of us are called to, the main thing, to be with him, which simply means prayer. So we give our best for prayer. And I'll make a slight a difference to say that the sisters who are called to live a contemplative way of life, those who are in the monastery, their main apostolate is prayer. That's why they are contemplatives. That's why they are nuns. Now, when it comes to them, you'll find that they in their program or in their timetable, there is always a time for manual work. That means they have work even when they have to pray. And for us who are active, for us sisters, we have mission because we are apostolate. We deal also with the apostolic part of our calling. That means we are involved in a particular mission. So it's not all about prayer is the main thing, yes, but then it's not all about prayer. We also there is a way of making work as a form of prayer. We are working, but then we have something called as union with God even in our work, which simply transforms the kind of work that we are doing into a form of prayer. I don't know whether you get that connection.
I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought sisters are ever in church from morning up to evening, praying. But good, now I get the answer and I understand. So now, Sister Nancy, asking you another question. So we have already seen sisters when they're in school, they're in convent, always there, always together, and you said you stay in communities, you stay in a convent according to your orders. So if a lady out there wants to become a sister, should they be worried of never to see their family and friends again? Or if I become a sister, I have a chance to go back and visit my grandparents, to visit my friends that I was with maybe in school, have fun with them, then come back and continue with the sisters. Or when I'm here, once I decide to become a sister and I come and join your congregation, I will stay there forever until I die, and even they bury me there and I don't go back home.
Gerard. Once you become a sister, okay, you acquire a family. That is the family that you are joining. But still, your biological family still remains a priority in life. Sisters always have time to go and visit their families. Now, the difference will come in hardly. Different congregations have different ways of visiting the families. Yearly, for us sisters of the Holy Cross, we are entitled to go home and be with your families. And it's a must. You have to go home. Be with your family, visit your friends, then come back to the community. But this now becomes another family. So you spend more time with this other family, but your biological family still remains part of you. You are not detached from them in any way. We talk with them, we call them. They are also allowed to come and visit us in our communities. So, but now, depending on the religious congregation, some, for instance, we who are like missionaries, I'm a Kenyan serving in Uganda. I believe she's also a Kenyan serving in Uganda.
Both of you are Kenyan?
Yes.
Where are Ugandan sisters?
Yes. So I believe some will be like, because of the travels, we are given maybe you go home once in 2 years, then you go for 1 month. Or you go I don't know how you do it in your congregation. Once per year, you see. As you also do it once per year. So you are entitled to go home and visit the family.
Okay.
So family remain part of us.
Okay.
Yes.
This is beautiful. So now I think we are coming to the end. We are almost coming to the end of our first episode of our time with the sisters. Today we are hosting Sister Nancy Rose Njoroge, CSC of the Holy Cross Sisters, and Sister Melania McKenna, SC of the Apostolic Carmel Sisters. And they've been with us answering different questions and telling us everything about the dress code, about how you can join, about what you need to do to become a sister, about things you have to worry about, things you may not worry about, and they've been unlocking the puzzles. They've been answering the questions that have been in our minds about the sisters, telling us the difference between a nun and a sister. And as we come to the end, I have a few questions now, just 2 questions to ask them. Sister Melania, how did you join a religious community?
Okay, that has to be my own vocation story.
Vocation story.
Sorry, just repeat the question.
How did you join a religious community?
In general, for
Yes.
all.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you remember, I had mentioned about identifying the call within you, like where am I called, where am I oriented to? Because, for example, we spoke about having different congregations in this parish, and then you had asked what leads you, and then I said you have to listen from deep within and see where you are oriented to. After you learn the charism of each congregation, or you see the way of life that makes each congregation different. Now, after you do that, then of course you won't just join. You will have to have a journey. Like you have to learn more. Now, we are coming from a perspective of there are so many congregations in this parish. Where do I join? And then you have identified the particular congregation among the many. Then after identifying, that is the first step. And then you decide, I have to learn more about this congregation. So what happens now, you have a journey like something called, you keep contact with that particular congregation. And then the person or the one who guides you, during this journey is able to tell you about the way of life, what they do, and what you are expected to do and all that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Melania. And our final question to Sister Nancy.
Yes.
So, when I want to join the when I want to join a congregation, for example, Holy Cross, do I just come from my home and walk and ask for anyone, or there is someone I talk to specifically, or there is someone in your congregation who is always responsible for maybe looking for for those? Okay, like maybe someone who is responsible for recruiting. Or do I come to anyone? Do I come to any sister? Do I come to your place and stay there? So how do I do that?
Okay, thank you, Gerard. Yes, we have first at the beginning somebody who is responsible for recruiting young people. Though at large we say vocation promotion is the responsibility of every sister.
Yes.
So whether you're in the congregation and you go and you meet a young girl and a young woman says, I wish to join a religious life, you ask the sister who have met that lady at the beginning, you have the responsibility to direct that girl to the congregation. Meaning, we have a vocation directress for sisters and we have vocation director for the men. So, directress is sisters. Yes. So, you immediately get in touch with the young woman. Then you introduce her to the vocation directress.
So, which means, just to cut you short a bit, that means there is always a vocation directress in the congregation.
Yes, there is always that post in the religion, in every order.
Although everyone is responsible for recruiting.
Yeah, for promotion and for recruiting. Not recruiting, you are responsible for promoting vocations.
For promoting vocations.
Once you have promoted and maybe you have come in touch with a young woman, then you introduce her to the vocation directress, who will journey now with that young woman, getting to know about the way of life and the different stages, as sister has explained, of formation. So at that point, we others will allow the vocational directress to journey with that young woman. Yeah. Okay,
thank you very much, sister. Thank you very much, our viewers. I want to take this opportunity to thank these amazing ladies, as I called them in the beginning, but I've now got to learn that they are sisters. Sister Nancy Rose Njoroge, or the sister of Holy Cross, and then Sister Melania McKenna from the Apostolic Carmel Sisters. They have had time with us, they have shared with us, and just letting you know, this is just the first episode. We have more episodes coming up where they will be sharing with us, same sisters, and they will be sharing with us different things about this way of life, about vocations, about being a sister. How can I be a sister? How can I be a nun? So, in case of your questions, continue posting them. Continue posting on our Facebook, on our Twitter, and on Holy Cross Family Ministries, Jinja region. Go on Facebook, like our page, and continue asking questions. And the sisters will come and they will answer these questions. We shall combine all the questions and we answer them. Otherwise, I will ask the sisters to give us just a final word to get to an end of this first episode as we conclude today. I will begin with Sister Melania. Just a simple word. So just a simple word as you say thank you and you say farewell and bye to the viewers.
So thank you so much, Mr. Gerald. I have enjoyed the interactive session, and I'm pretty sure that it also helped so many viewers out there to be able to understand something of the religious life, and also to get a feedback of some of the questions that most of you may be having. And I hope to see you next time when you have the next episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sister. We hope to see you too.
Thank you.
Yes, Sister Nancy.
Okay, me too. I wish to express my gratitude for this moment that we have had sharing together about our religious life. By the way, sisterhood is a very normal calling. I see some people looking at us as if there's something wrong with us. Basically, there is nothing wrong with us. In any case, we are very much on the right track.
Yeah.
We are happy with our vocations of service. And really, to the young women out there, do you feel called to become a sister? Please journey with us.
Yes.
We are here to help you discover your true life vocation. Personally, I'm very happy being a sister. And I think even if I was given another chance, I would still choose the same path.
Wow.
So to young woman there, do you want to live a happy life? Just join us. Come and share your life with the sisters. We are open to receive you and to help you discern your religious call. Otherwise, thank you so much. Let us answer your question if you have any question, and we'll be glad to help you remove the darkness that avails you about when you say you can't discern or you have this and these problems. Yeah, we are here to help you. So thank you so much, Gerard.
Thank you very much, Sister Nancy, and we are waiting. We can't wait to see you again. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you, our viewers. Thank you for watching, and thank you for following Holy Cross Family Ministries Jinja. And please continue to like our pages, follow our pages, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Just like and comment and share the videos. Many more are coming. We meet next time. Thank you very much. Lots of love.
Yeah, thank you so much. God bless you.
Bless you, sister. Bless you, sister.
Thank you.